It's the continued experience of peak performance and expansiveness. It literally blows through your old limitations. They cannot coexist. I believe that 95% of the population is definitely not productive all day long. But the 5% who are productive truly all day, day after day, are killing it and getting far ahead of the game. Most of us spend anywhere from 5 to 9 hours a day sleeping. Eating or preparing meals takes another 1 to 3 hours. Your goal watching this video is to be in productive motion for anywhere from 12 to 18 hours a day without getting bogged down by distractions. We won't discuss the merit of should you really even try to be productive all day in this video, because I trust you have your fair reason to do so. There is no time that we can get back, and if you can apply your full energy to the full amount of time that you have in a day, you will be operating at superhuman Jedi levels. Let's be real, it takes an incredible amount of focus and dedicated effort to be productive in all your waking hours, but people are doing it, and so it can be done. And I made this video to give you some tips on how. And I see you. You who clicked on this video are probably here for a few reasons. You might be on a new arc of your life, a new chapter of your journey, one where your mission and intuition about what you should be doing is getting stronger and stronger, and the hours in your day are feeling like they're starting to stretch. We can call this the growing point. Or you might be on a really solid upwards trajectory of momentum. More work and opportunities are coming in. More people want a slice of your time. And there's just so many things you want to learn and create and do in a given day. We'll call this the high point. And then there's the total opposite, where you're rotting away in bed, and we'll call this the low point, which is where I was a few years ago. You, for whatever reason or circumstance, feel overwhelmed, you are desperately needing a change, and you finally committed to turning your life around and getting yourself to where you know you can be. You're starting to really wake up to how much time you've wasted, and now you want to play the catch-up game. Congrats, by the way. That's a great place to be, even if it's relatively a low point compared to the other two situations. To get there, you're ready to begin working much harder than you've ever had before. No matter which of these scenarios apply the most to you right now, I'm the perfect person to help you, because I've been through all three of these chapters multiple times over in my life, and I've lived hundreds, if not even maybe thousands, of uber productive days. There were days when I was a college student in Los Angeles where I would go to my internship in the early morning because it was in finance, so it was in New York hours. Then I'd drive back to campus for my morning classes. Then I'd get ready and go out in the afternoon somewhere in LA for a casting audition for the talent agency that I was signed to, or for some influencer event or photo shoot. And then I would meet up with a friend for dinner and an exercise class like Barry's boot camp, and then I'd go to the library and study. Days that were so productive were at the end of the night, I'm literally just sitting in my bed thinking, seriously, how did I manage to pull that off, like down to the minute? There's so many points for me to have dropped off of that productive day, but I pulled through like a champ. And usually I go into these days dreading it because I know I have so much ahead of me. It feels daunting. I don't know if I can even pull it off, but I always end up coming out of these days feeling mega inspired and just super great, with more energy and momentum to carry into the rest of my week. And I'm also going to share those insights at the very end of the video. Trust me, I got you on this. If you apply these tips, you'll be able to stay productive and motivated and inspired all day, like this season of your life depends on it. So the first mindset shift to help you be productive all day is energy management. We have a certain amount of time, and time is more rigid in the standard sense, but energy is more flexible and it is more subjective, and you can be the one that designs how much energy you have in the day. When we fill our day with just all the boring things, our energy diminishes rapidly, and we don't get good results, and we don't stay productive all day. We're just draining our soul and getting through a long laundry list. I'm sure that there are things in your life that you're working towards that you're genuinely really excited for, like hobbies or skills you're trying to build, but that are actually a lot of fun. When we get to really busy seasons of our lives, it's easy to disregard those things and put them as last priority. But I want you to actually take 20 minutes or 30 minutes to factor in that thing that brings you joy and energy, because that's going to give you energy throughout the rest of the day. It's going to have an energy payoff. If you need to drive or commute during part of your day, maybe put in a super uplifting playlist or podcast that you know is going to give you more energy by listening to it. Yes, there are like 5 or 6 big block things you need to do in this day, but how can you sneakily insert the energy boosters that are going to give you the sparks of energy to push you through the rest of the day? If you have ideas or the sparks of insights, please leave it in the comments down below. Hopefully you have some idea of what things give you a boost of energy. So intentionally put some of those things into your day. The second tip is time management, and I've been a planner girly my entire life. I'm obsessed with planners, calendars, organizing my life, bullet journals, all of that. Trust me, the plan needs to happen before the day starts. If you wake up to a really busy day and you don't have a plan, as you're spending time planning, the clock is ticking. You're already getting behind on all the things that you need to do. You can't be planning and doing things at the same time, especially when you have the pressure of needing to be productive in a certain amount of time. Trust me on this one. Your plan needs to happen before the day even starts. And of course, time management is another huge topic. Recently, I've finally been getting into calendar blocking for the first time in my life. This is the first year of my life that I've gotten into calendar blocking, and it's a perfect example of how setting the plan before I enter my day just sets me up for success. If I was trying to organize my calendar as the day was already beginning, I'd already be going into my day with overwhelmed energy. I'd already be feeling defeated and like I was wasting time and not being productive. The third tip, and this is just more around practical time and energy management, is to front load your day. By front load your day, I mean eat the frog, do the hard thing first, because the momentum of early wins is going to give you fuel throughout the rest of the day. It's going to make you feel super great about yourself, versus if you save those things for the end of the day, you're just going to have anxiety the whole day leading up to it. If you can't front load some things early on in your day, because let's say just scheduling or like the circumstance you need to do it later on in the day, then try to build in accountability. So for example, in college, if I had a really busy day but I wanted to make sure I study or get a workout in, I would plan to meet up with a friend to do those things. So I'm scheduling accountability in for myself. But preferably you want to just knock out the hardest things early in the day, because once you complete them, you're going to feel great, and that energy is going to carry through and help you get more things done through the day. And as your energy dwindles, as you get towards the nighttime, which naturally it will, because we start getting tired, it's easy to just mindlessly do errands or do tasks or do more of like the organizational work. The fourth tip is to take care of your body. So your body is the fuel, it's the engine, it's the motor all in one. So you want to make sure you're drinking enough water, eating foods that are going to energize you and fuel you. Exercise is one thing that really helps me, as is taking care of my body in whatever way, whether that means drinking more water, eating a healthy diet, etc. You could get a massage, you could go to the sauna, you could dance around your room. Like, those are all great ways of taking care of your body and helping it get the most out of the day. My final practical tip is to find community or find some sort of human support, or just set up supportive devices for yourself if you don't have a community or the right people around you to help you be productive. I personally have a coach that I've been working with for a while now, and she's always so supportive when I need that boost of support to get me through an extra jam-packed week. Before I had a coach, or before I really knew how to invest in myself through other people, I would just set up supportive devices for myself. So for example, and I still sometimes do this, I would put my journal out in front of me or carry it around with me throughout the day. And every time I was feeling a slight dip in energy, I would start writing all the things I was doing, what it would mean to me to be able to pull off this day successfully. Just a little pep talk in my journal. I would literally give myself a journal pep talk, and I would do that throughout the day. even if it was just in 1-minute chunks. Something like that really helped me, just setting up supportive devices. And you can always feel free to DM me if you need someone supportive to encourage you through your busy, productive day. Just let me know that you watched this video. Feel free to tell me about your day or any challenges you might be having. Now I'll be talking about what it actually feels like when you are flowing and acing through a productive day, and how you can lock that in and leverage it like the 5% of people who are consistently being productive and in motion throughout their entire days. When you're flowing through your productive day, how does it feel? Comment below. Or maybe you watch this video and you go out and you have a super productive day, the most productive freaking day of your life to date. Come back and leave a comment. How does it feel? I feel this sense of relief where everything has just fallen into place. I am in perfect alignment. And I also made a video on how to live in alignment, so you can go watch that if you want to learn more about that topic. But when I'm in the middle of acing and flowing through the most productive day ever, I feel aligned. It is truly a feeling that money cannot buy. It just feels like everything's fallen into place. And it's not this like exuberant, manic sort of like happiness or excitement. It's because also I have the rest of the day to still go through. I'm aware of that. But it's more of like this balanced ease within myself. It's like, wow, like a recognition of the superpower within me. And everyone has it within themselves. You have it within you. And when we're acing and flowing through a productive day, I believe we experience that. And it is such a powerful feeling. And I want you to lock it in. Wow, I did this. I told myself I would do this. I didn't know if it was possible waking up this morning, but I'm doing it. I did it. I'm doing it. That's the kind of person I am. This is the kind of life I'm living, and I'm flowing through it. And also, you're watching this video now, so I'm going to give you a little signal. Inspiration will come your way. It's crazy, right? It's kind of counterintuitive because you think, oh, if I don't have a jam-packed schedule, if I give myself plenty of time to like relax and chill, more inspiration will come. And yes, that's true. Sometimes like when you create a lot of space in your life, inspiration comes that way too. I've also found that when I am in the middle of a jam-packed day that's full of inspired and active motion and productivity, I actually get great bursts of inspiration. So I'm asking you to look out for that now. It's like a nice little perk. On top of feeling like you've totally aced your day, you've been productive all day, the inspiration is like the cherry on top. So what is the secret that the 5% who are constantly living days like this over and over again leverage it? This is how some bigger than life people can knock the ball out of the park again and again. Maybe this is the person that you want to be. Maybe this is the end state of your transformation, but these are how these people are knocking the ball out of the park again and again, when sometimes it feels like you can barely even manage an average Wednesday. It's the belief that you can, through conviction and through by experiencing it again and again. Once you start to lock in these days of constant peak performance, you will begin to feel like superhuman in some ways, and your level, your playing field, and the possibilities that you believe for yourself will expand. It's the continued experience of peak performance and expansiveness. It literally blows through your old limitations. They cannot coexist. Your old limitations cannot coexist with this new you that is operating at peak performance and inspired Zen flow over and over again. They are just two different states of energy that don't coexist. The 5% of top performers are leveraging this. And stack this with great teams, great coaches, mentors, and guides, and continued investment in yourself, and you are golden. 1 year of this, 5 years of this, and you will be untouchable. So shoot for the moon, baby. Subscribe if you like this content, and I'll see you soon.